Because now you're making a deal with the devil. You borrowing against my pack. When I need it next time, I just had to borrow some. Like I literally just ran out myself. Here's my empty one. And then it cost me $1.50 to get this one. But if I run out of this one, you owe me. Is that fair?
Yeah, you weird reasons.
Straight up, because I smoke like you and you're on my habit. So if we got tobacco and I'm smoking tobacco and Rizla's, actually, I know you're going to need another one. So let me just give you 4. And remember that
really, really confident. It's 4. This
I,
one's broken.
I'm giving you some out of the kindness of my heart, is what I'm saying. And I need my kindness repaid because I'm going to run out of it because I'm on the same addiction as you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care. You don't care. But I'm saying I bought you tobacco last time and I ran out of tobacco and I really didn't have any money to get tobacco. So he called somebody that was across the street from Prisma, came down, waited in line with 10 people, apologized for waiting in line, and handed it to me for free. That's what happened the last tobacco. I'm not joking. My buddy called someone else to give me tobacco, and they did. They waited in line and met me outside. A complete stranger gifted me 15 euros worth of tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty strong, bro. That dude doesn't owe. Actually, I think I still owe him 15 euros. Like, I have to pay him back. Like, he was, oh, no. But they're like 12, 13 euros each, right? A pack?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pay him 15. Because he doesn't owe me shit, you know? I don't know that dude. And he came outside of his house and was in his underwear and shit, was like, in shorts, was like, here you go. I was like, holy fuck, all I wanted was one spliff. And he brought a whole pack to me. So that's how I got tobacco from last time. He gave it to me. I'll be like,
I take the door code.
take the door code. What's the door code?
Code is 7621.
7621?
Yeah.
Oh, no worries, dude. You want to send it to me in Messenger?
Yeah.
I'll try to remember. That way you don't have to get up. I'll be there. 621. All right, let's get into the sun. You got to care more than them. Ah, yes. Oh my God, the first breath of fresh air is irreplaceable. There's something, maybe it's the way the trees are, maybe they're pumping more oxygen or more pollen, but man, that first breath is everything, because everyone else will take the breath from you. Like I was explaining to my friend, take your, oh shit, there's somebody right by the door. Just like that. That's what you get when you're on your live. I'm getting over here to the smoke spot, and I'm just enjoying this fresh air, baby. But yeah, motherfuckers don't care, bro. Straight up, they don't care. They care to get their fix on, their tobacco, their papers, an easy way out. But accountability, responsibility, acting as if it's your own, it'll never happen, bro. I have to have this conversation with people because people don't give a fuck as much as you. You got to care more than them about your business, about effort. That's what's so cool about Intersect.ai and our team is that it's not just me. Holy shit, look at all these dandelions out here this morning. Look how cool that is. All that yellow just sprouted. And that's what it's going to be like. I'm just being honest with you. In relationships, in life, you got to find people that want to be equally yoked. That means a yoke, a Y-O-L-K, is something where everybody's pulling their own weight. And as you can tell with my conversation with my friend this morning, he hasn't been. It's easier to take, my candy bar than to buy his own. It's easier to ask for more papers than to buy their own, get off their ass and go get it themselves. And it's easier to borrow or beg or steal, basically, the tobacco, even though it's my habit too. And instead of paying me back, they borrow more from me. And this is why I had to block Sing. And you're probably listening because you watch the channel, but man, you missed the manual button. Straight up. All you had to do was switch it from automatic to manual. What you did do is undo 3 hours of my work while I was in the back of a car during my birthday with a laptop on my lap, handling business, linking everything, making sure it's all connected. You undid all my hard work. You literally deleted 3 hours of my life and multiple other hours of my life by trying to ask you to redo designs that you were already supposed to do, right? Pay you for designs that weren't complete, and pay for a whole nother system like Opus Clip so it could be easy on you, and you didn't even handle posting not one video. After months of dealing with this dude, after giving him all the assistance, I didn't even have to buy Opus Clip, another $200 out the window, or pay him because he didn't finish the designs. And now you know what it feels like to be an owner. No one will care as much as you. No one gives a fuck. You could live out on the streets. No one cares. And this is why you have to care more than them. This is why you have to pull your own emotional weight and situations, because other motherfuckers, bro, they will drill holes in your canoe. They will undo all your hard work. They will slow you down and cost you double. And that's what my grandpa used to say. Slow me down, cost me double. Because that's what it feels like. You know, when you're out in real life, you feel like people are slowing you down and costing you double and making you do backflips and causing you unnecessary stress, or really drilling holes in your canoe. I keep having this conversation. Matter of fact, when I first signed up with Sing, his first video, not only did he wanted to share my content, which is already a red flag, just like the last guy. He shared my hard work. I'm on my hands and knees, y'all. Hands and knees. Small penis minus the small penis this guy's got right here on his bike, right? Literally installing a vinyl install for Champs Convention on my knees, and he shared it to his account instead of mine. That's right. He put it on his account like he was doing the work. Good old Trent Knox. And I'm like, what the fuck? Your account's not even verified. I got 1,500 subscribers and you got 9. You know, why is it on your account? Why is my hard work on your account? Please explain. Why are you editing my work and making it look like your trip to, where did he go? The other dude went some trip. I forget. Where did he go? To Everest or something? And he wanted to redirect my content, right? So now it's like, I'm on a journey and look at these waves and I'm introspective. And I'm like, bro, I've traveled the world 3 times. This isn't my one and only trip. This isn't a documentary. This was an editing of what I already did. That's all I needed you to do. And I bought you a service so you could do it too. It fucking drives me crazy, bro. People drive me fucking crazy. Because you can put in the effort, just like a relationship, just like a job, and it'll never pay you back. I had this conversation with my friend Bobby, who's stressing because the things that he wants to do around the job, I think he works for Google or Boeing or one of these big corporations, they weren't listening. They weren't listening to him. And he was getting frustrated with his coworkers and shit. And I was like, bro, you're caring way more than they do. You know? You're caring way more than they do. And that's why you'll got to be the door or the dooree in situations like Join Weed Club, purebred, baby. You know, if you care more than them, then you're in an imbalance and you'll never win. Just straight up, that's just how it works. You know, they'll always borrow something from you. Hey, can I borrow 20 euros? Hey, can I borrow a Rizla? Hey, can I borrow some tobacco? Constantly borrow, and never pay back. And this is where they become unimpeccable with their word. Part of the 4 agreements is to be impeccable with your word. Do what you say you're going to do and always keep your word, even to yourself. You know, this is why you got to care more. Because if you don't care, that's going to be a fucking problem. Just like my buddy said the other day, I don't care, and that's the problem. And he was accurate. He was telling the truth. Because he doesn't care that he's missing his teeth, or that his children have medicine, or that he looks foolish when he's drunk, then it never happens. Then you start arguing with your friends, you start gaining the weight, you start losing the teeth, you start losing the hair, And then it's like, yep, that's what we see when we see somebody that doesn't care. That's what we see when we see somebody that's homeless. We see somebody that's helpless. That's what we see. Not somebody that's going to take accountability or get up early or start caring more about the situation. Do you think he went into the help now button like I did? Or the contact us or talk to the Chat GPT bot? No. He just went and undid all my work, delete, removed all my connections that took me 3 hours to set up because it doesn't matter to him. It's simple put. I don't even have to tell you, Sing, because I know you're probably listening. It doesn't matter to you. Because if it mattered to you, you wouldn't screw over other motherfuckers, bro. You know, you wouldn't be borrowing constantly. You would go get a fucking job and then you go pay people back for the fucking tobacco that you borrowed. That's not what people do. No, ma'am, no, sir. They're on the, hey, man, don't be knocking on my window. I'm like, how else am I supposed to get a hold of you, bro? You know, I'm in an emergency situation, having to sleep in little girls' beds. How am I supposed to get a hold of you? Yeah, just don't do that. I said, okay, well, don't borrow things from me and not pay back. How about that? That's a pretty simple situation, right? If I'm gonna leave a candy bar at your house, don't eat it. That would be awesome. You know, like, don't eat my shit because it's my shit. You know, it's almost the same as like having an argument with somebody at work and they keep eating your lunch and you put your note on the lunch and you say, hey, man, this is my lunch. I pay for this lunch. I brought my lunch. If you need a fucking lunch, go buy your own lunch. And these are the conversations that we have to have with people, because people will always ask, you know, takers will always take, right? And givers will always give. And in that situation, you want to live in a balance. You want to be impeccable with your word. You want to always do your best. By the time you give your best effort, and hear me now, feel me now on this, they'll give their best effort selling you on the, hey man, can I get some tobacco? Yo, bro, I'll do all those designs later. Just pay me now. Their best job is the sales job that they're running on you, because that effort changes. It's like my friend Jenny Face, dude. She was just like, oh yeah, I'll do all the taxes. My taxes have been sitting in a safe room in my mom's house for years. She says she can handle it. I get it out of there. I give it to her. Next thing I know, she gets it up her ass. Why is this box here? I'm just going to fucking charge you and hire somebody else. And I went, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what got up your asshole, but that ain't what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make you. My stuff's been safe for forever. And it's just one box. It's just one box sitting there. And you're worried about it when your whole house, my buddy's garage is full of fucking shit. Mostly his girl shit, who has a kid and she's got his shit. She's over there treating the kid like he's a baby when he's a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? You got to care more than them. I don't fuck around, bro. You got to care more than them, because they won't. They won't stay up the late nights. Like my buddy Yoni was saying, I'm paying this guy 20,000 euros a year, and he's not in here on Saturday. He's not in here on Sunday putting in 6 hours with his daughter inside on a sunny day just so they can make all the mugs, photos on mugs. What are you going to do about it? Probably not that. Doing something about it means you're caring about it. Your health, you got to care enough to get the fuck back up and do something about it. Your physicality, right? I guess your health and your mental wealth. So we got physical health, mental wealth, and financial wealth, and no one's doing anything about it. We rather be lazy and borrow than to be brave and attempt. Go ahead, Mr. Why are you in the middle of my show? That's three. That's an ambulance. That's a motorcycle and a souped up car trying to get on this energy. I'm telling you, there's going to be distractions. I'm telling you, there's going to be people that drill holes in your canoe. And I'm telling you, those aren't friends for you. I had to block you, Sing. You know what I mean? I didn't talk to him for like 3 weeks, and he kept saying, hi, hi, hi. And I'm like, bye, bye, bye. Moi, moi, moi. Bye, bye, bye. I can't handle people that don't handle the same amount of workload as me. I told my team to stop using them completely. I want nothing to do with somebody that doesn't do their research, that doesn't keep their word. My other teammate, get the fuck out of here, bro. Look, this is he's still on it. Is there another one? Is there that big of an emergency? This morning's all emergencies. Wake up and jump into the emergency. I asked him, did you fix it? Bro, get there already. Save the life. You can't be that serious about it. But they won't be. That's why I had the problem with my friend when I first got here. He came into the party. Get there already, bitch. Yes, get there already, bitch. You done yet? You done yet? Then start yet. You know, get started on your life, because other motherfuckers aren't digging as hard as you're digging. Find people like my team in Intersect that when I get up in the morning, Mass is on some, hey man, I got a scheduling conflict, but I'll get on it, I promise. When he says I promise, and when Singh says I promise, it's not the same promise. One's an excuse and one's an actual promise. One's like your boyfriend saying, I won't cheat on you again. And one's like, you have my word that you have my trust. Like I told my ex, I had my FetLife page and she was mad at me because I was going to an event. I go to all the events for networking, RSVP, but I don't actually go to the events. She accused me of going to the events, and I said, that's where you got fucked up, because you have my trust. I wouldn't have ever slept with somebody else. And I didn't. So there it is. When we were dating, truth be told, we weren't even together yet, and I slept with someone else, almost got married, and then I knocked up both chicks. I have to be accountable for that. I have to be accountable for all my actions. It's not like I get to hide. You can live in denial, but that's not just a river in Egypt. You have to own up to your shit. That means doing deep dives into the way you act and the way you respond. All those are your consequences. So if you're the type of person that really doesn't give a fuck, people are not going to give a fuck about you. They're going to realize, yeah, man, you're going to, that's why being impeccable with your word, always trying your best. Don't make assumptions. And what's the other one? There's another one. I just read them, but man, you want to be a winner? You got to be able to do the effort and be on a team that's pulling the same direction and get rid of all the people that aren't in the right direction. It's a multitude of effects. It's not just rowing, right? I'm rowing. I'm rocking right now. It's also the other motherfuckers rowing with you. You know, there are people that will. I saw the guy the other day. I almost didn't recognize him, but the same guy that said, "Man, I wish I had a fucking a brand and I could travel the world." Really, bro? Why don't you be homeless a little bit? Yeah, live out of your car. Miss some meals. Don't have gas for the event. Gotta sell a shirt to get back. That's what the billionaire threatened me with. When I first started this business, I had a billionaire investor who said, you're going to have to go couch surfing. You're going to have to sell shirts. And I said, you're not threatening me with nothing. I'm already doing that. How are you an investor if you're not investing in the business, and I'm the one that has to come up with the sales, and I'm the one that has to go out into the world brave and show up with no gas money and still make it work? Where's your investment? It's all whack, bro. I would not be here today if I don't take the horse by the reins, put the yoke on me, and plow the field. I promise you that. And it's just that. I'm going to have to go back in here to Opus Clip, reset back up all my connections, set it back to manual, and then what did I need you for? If I have Opus Clip already editing all the videos, what do I need you for? Block, remove access, and now I still have unfinished designs. Not one thumbnail has been launched, and not one of the clips has been used. And the system doesn't hold it that long. So it's already saying, hey, we're about to delete the credits that we already made. So I invested $500 in you while I'm traveling, right? So that you can be blocked later in a couple of months. I could have used that money. I'm in the same situation that when I started with you, then you're no better for me. And girls are good at this. You talk about hypergamy, right? Hypergamous means I'm trying to be better off. I'm trying to marry up. I'm trying to get with somebody that adds value to me, right? That's all they're saying. I need your strength. I need your resources. I need your money. That's what they're saying. Most girls will tell you. If you're not ready to pay, go ahead, block yourself. No money, no honey. I put in the money and I didn't get any honey. It's not a balanced relationship. You got to care more. You have to care more than them. You have to care more than your excuses. You got to care more than failure. You got to care more than embarrassment. And that's what people don't want to do. They don't want to get on stage. They don't want to get on TV. They don't want to look a fool. That's why most people are scared of lives, because when the lives are happening, they're scared of their lives. They're like, oh shit, now you got to realize your issues. Now you got to face your situations. Now you have to be accountable. One of my favorite words. And people won't do that. They'll overpromise and underdeliver. That's the first way to lose friends and uninfluence people. You know, it's win friends and influence people. It's not lose friends and uninfluence people. You don't want to be the guy that goes in and what did the dude do? He fell asleep on the forklift, hit the fucking the warehouse, and everything started to topple. That dude's fired. You're fired, Sink. For good reason. You were a referral, and now you disrespected the referral. I was going to add you to the NSEC team, let you be the video entity, and rely on India when I can go over to the Philippines and do the same thing. Bro, I only go to where the door opens. And you got to be brave enough to keep knocking. You hear me knocking? Well, let me in, because the rest of the motherfuckers, they're going to be drilling holes in your canoe, slowing you down, costing you double, and eventually a obstacle that you have to overcome. You're going to see situations where people come into your life and you're going to go, is this a bonus or is this a minus? And I'm going to have to make a bonus over minus shirt, bro, for sure. But bonus, bro. I'm looking for bonus people. I'm looking for touchdowns. I'm looking for that open receiver, and I light up like NBA Jam used to get hot, bro. You used to get hot, get the hot ball, and you could do special tricks and boom, dunk it. I know you guys remember because they used to have the big heads. But man, was that not a fun game to play? You know, give me the ball because I want to play. You know, shot callers are always going to want to take the shot, bro. Failures, we're always going to want to fail. And unless you get into your life and make it a better reality for everybody, then you're a demerit to the people around you. You're literally taking and not giving. Everybody that's given to me, not only am I paying back, except for my stepdad and KG, you know, everybody else is still getting it. Even my friend David Gallegos, who invested in me, literally came over in a trash truck at a gas station in Durango, Colorado, handed me $3,000 in a trash truck. He was literally picking up trash and investing in me. He ended up dying of over drinking because he died of a broken heart. His dad died. He received the money. He invested in me about $15,000. That's what I think. Was it 3 times, 5 times? So $3,000 5 times is $15,000. And in that amount of money, he has died from jaundice. I went to the hospital, saw him off. He was all yellow. I still owe that money. That's impeccable with my word. I want to pay that $5,000 to his 3 godchildren, because he didn't have kids. But my friend Matt Gallegos, my friend that I know David from, and his dad Mark, another Mark, you know, to invest in them. Now that they're older now, I need to be successful at my business so I can pay all 3 of those people back. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you for investing with me. I've already paid KG $1,000 for the interest on the $5,000 that I owe him, and I'm still going to pay him the $5K, so I'm up to $20K, probably $20K with my stepdad because he invested in Summer of Weed. It wasn't a success, but I still got to pay. When I wake up in the morning and I watch the television and it's a British couple that they're about to tow their work truck for 10,000 euros or pounds owed in back taxes, they still have to pay. And they're going, no, this doesn't have to do with the business. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That my business would be evicted, and everything that was inside, which was my printing machine, thousands, about $4,000 in wholesale value of all the products that I had in the back were stolen from me. I had to sell that. My buddy, actually, I'm very grateful for Mo. Mo got his first printer from me, came all the way down from Utah, gave me the $3,000 so I could hand that to the dude so I could get my stuff back, minus the stuff that they stole from me. Art, shirts, they even got in my great aunt's ashes, bro. Literally, the crackheads opened up, spilled her ashes, right? Spilled my great aunt's ashes. And then it was handed back to me with my grandfather's watch, just so I had my family's memorabilia. Then I had to pay $3,000 to get my stuff back. I'm talking computers, other things, and minus all the things that they stole from me. That's what ends up happening. That I could not even have a cash register, right? I could have pallets in front of the door, right? But because they wanted to spy on me and say it said now open, when I opened the door, we were supposed to be open. We weren't open yet because obviously there's pallets and no cash register. The cops come in undercover. Yep, you see my chain? They were all acting like customers. It was so weird. And I'm like, can I help you guys? Two short dudes. And then all of a sudden they pull out the badge, right? And they're undercover cops. They took photos and came in and harassed me. The 500,000+ views on here, cops harassing business owner in Las Vegas, the day after I was in court with them, and the judge didn't believe me even though I had my business license. It came off the wall to take to the court. The next day they came into my shop, the same guys that I was in court with, the same guys that arrested me 2 years previous. Those guys were in my shop with 8 other motherfuckers harassing me over my shit. This is the same shit that I had to bail out. This is the amount of stress that I've gone through, this amount of heartache, this is the amount of trial and error. This is all the things that it took me to get to this level. And this is why I call it leveling up. That means you could fucking shit in my Cheerios and I'll still find breakfast. That means you could be pissing up a rope, but I'll still find a way to win the day. You have to be prepared for everything. I'm telling you right here, right now, you got to be prepared for the worst behavior, right? You got to be prepared for jail and prison, right? You got to be prepared for rejection and embarrassment. Most motherfuckers don't want to own a business. That dude's still sitting in the fucking park, still hanging out with the same people talking about, I wish I owned a brand. I wish I had a brand and something I could deal with. No, you don't. Because you'd have to stop hanging out with your friends. My buddy's like, don't you want to go over there? No, I don't want to go in a fucking room with a bunch of drunk dudes there's no girls and watch hockey. I don't watch hockey. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't play video games. And that's why I left my good friends, not to mention some strangers that wanted to hang out, but my good friends that I know and love, I left them. I'm like, I can't do this the same. I refuse to be stuck in the Tickerilla Triangle. That's why I can hang out with the fiendish Snoop Dogg, because I'm brave enough to go after it. Thank you, Energy. Thank you, Energy. I'm brave enough to go after it. And because I have a can't stop, won't stop attitude, and then my other friends have the excuse, borrow, beg, and plead, I'm on some, I need to fucking level up and be somebody. I got to go get my deals yesterday in the park. And I'm hustling in the sunshine, scored another $800 deal, swiped that bitch, and now I can go get myself the Airbnb tomorrow. How are you going to play it? Are you going to let the thing to come to you and be a demerit for you? Or are you the type of person to get active and get after it? This is the question that everyone has to ask. This is the situation one everyone has to face. And this is the way that life is. You're going to have people that'll borrow money from you. In your worst day, go pounding on the door, just like the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. If you haven't seen it, this is a true story of a man, what's his name? What's his name? Marshall something? A black man, smart black man, that was in a white world in the 70s, trying to get a job that paid ridiculous amount of money, and he went into jail, came out of jail, they arrested him in his house while he was painting his house, went in his paint clothes straight out of jail to go get that job. Most people would have been scared. They would have dropped the opportunity. He had his son living in a bathroom in New York City. What the fuck's his name? It's gonna hit me. And he couldn't even catch a cab in New York City because he was a black man and he had a check in his pocket for $250,000. The audacity to be an Olympic gold medal winner representing America, like Muhammad Ali said, and he can't even get a hot dog. And she said, "I'm sorry, sir, we don't serve Negroes here." And he's like, "And I don't eat them. I just want a fucking hot dog." And everybody started laughing because it's true. He's not eating other humans. He's not a cannibal. He's just asking for a hot dog. He's a human asking for a hot dog. And not only is he a human, he's a superhuman. He's a super athlete that just won the gold medal for America and can't even get a fucking meal in America. Representing his country, dun, 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 and his country's like, go fuck yourself. No hot dogs for you, bro. Thanks for the gold medal, but no hot dog. Thanks for the tobacco. I really needed it. I was jonesing, I was borrowing it, and now I'm on some pay it back. They don't want to pay it back. They're not interested in doing better to pay back. The 20 euros that they were going to borrow, it's not getting paid back. It was already going to be lost. Just like a boss. And when I called my friend, because I needed $20 on my digital money, right, to get the courier to go back and forth, he said, "Oh, you're just calling me just for money?" And I'm like, "No, I called 2 other people before you. It's only $20 and I can pay you back in 2 days, bro. Like, I just need to switch something digitally. I have all my money in my bank account. You're using Zelle. I need to be able to use Cash App. I need to be able to use Venmo." You know, it just was a situation. But no, I tried to call other people. I didn't want to burden my friends. My buddy's got 5 kids, and that's why you get yourself a day one and still find a way to bust me off $40, $100. Yeah, I think it was total of $100, and I paid him back. Boom, as soon as I saw him. And I bought the pizza for the kids, man. Buy the meal and pay them back. Be value added. Be the person that doesn't leave demerits, doesn't leave people feeling like they're less than, and actually replenish what was absorbed. And that's what we are. We're reflecting, we're light, reflecting light in our lives. And in the way that you refract, or the prism that you are, the type of person that you are, will be the vibe that you need. He was saying it the other day. I was watching the TV. It's one of my favorite guys because he talks about marketing very cleverly. He's a big fat guy from England. And he was saying that, you know, not for nothing, right? People, how did he phrase this? I wanted to say this correctly because I'm thinking about the whole conversation that he was having. I lost it. He was doing the interview. And what were they talking about? Maybe I just got high. Was it people's effort? No. More energy. Big energy. And it came with a bus and a tractor and a trailer. Jesus, man. Damn. Oh, Jesus, man, down. You got to care more than them. It's just that, you know, and by the time you're in an unbalanced relationship, you're getting divorced. And by the time you're working at a company that doesn't appreciate you, you're leaving. And by the time you're always borrowing and never paying back, you won't have any friends. And it's just simple like that. Most of us, we reflect like so different. Oh, that's what he was talking about. That British guy was talking about how being popular opens up other opportunities that you wouldn't have had, right? So he was talking with the young kids, right? Some of his kids, and of course they want to go out. Oh shit, it's almost spilling. You know, because they know that by being at home, there is no opportunity. Oh shit, I really spilled. Damn. You know, that sure there might be drugs, but there also might be an opportunity for a better party. And then you might get invited to another one. And you might get lucky. And he said not even lucky in the sexual sense, but lucky to be invited or make new friends. You know, lucky in the fact that, yeah, I mean, you can always get lucky too. You know what I mean? He admitted that. But, you know, get lucky as in get out of the fucking house. Come up with a different outcome, you know? You know, make it to the next party, meet new friends. You know, maybe maybe this party sucks, but the next one you'll be in, and then you'll meet the love of your life, or you meet the people that you need to meet, and that's what it's all about. You know, it's not exactly going to the convention. I tell people most of the deals are done at the after parties. You know, when the person is lit and they like you, and then they really have met you outside of the polo shirt, outside of the suit and tie, right? People make deals in the back rooms, in the poker alleys, in the what's the other things called that people do? The golf clubs and memberships and secret societies. I told my friend, I said, I know what you're doing. You know what I mean? He's not just going to the parties because it's a Formula One person. No, the people. Damn, this is just all bad, bro. 15 euros, and it's all over me. This is my worst joint I've done in a while. This breeze, butt naked, please. This is all over me. I just kept putting it from my shorts back to my shorts, bro. Man, what a frustrating morning. This is why I do the morning motivation before I have conversations, because these motherfuckers will light me up. You know, I've never spilled this much on my shorts. You know, and then I have to recognize that my behavior is to get frustrated, and I just already had to make a decision. You know, some people are already on the block button and they don't even know it. Same with like Sonny. She wanted to reach out and post on my page and shit. And I was like, bro, don't be doing that. I haven't heard from you in years. And now you're making weird cryptic things saying I'm a piece of heart. Did you mean to say piece of shit? Like, did you just not get on my page and tag me as a piece of shit? And you think I'm just going to keep you as a friend? Like, how long will that last? How long will that last where I can't knock on your window, but you can borrow spliff after spliff from me, or 20 euros, or you think my friend's going to give me another 20 euros? He barely lent me $100. He hates lending out money. But I know him personally, and I know when his father was dying, all of a sudden he came out his pocket $20,000. You think he would invest in my company? No, hell no, because I'm not his father. So if it's something that matters to you, it leads the winner board, bro. If it has a big enough W in your life, you will find a way. And that's the way that I operate. When my friend said that to me, it hit me so hard, bro. For reals, that shit hit me so hard. The big enough W, and it turns out I think he got it from Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn said the big enough W, a reason why you are doing what you're doing. And that's what it was. Damn, another fucking tractor. Damn, baby. We're having all sorts of energy this morning. Yeah, bro. We're translating. And I couldn't believe it. It took me 3 hours to put that shit together, and he just disconnected it. I go look in 5 minutes. They say, oh, you just need to switch it from automatic to manual. So all the other work gets undone because somebody didn't want to do the simple task. And it's kind of like that movie Casino. You know, he has his friend. He said, "Do you know who I am?" And he puts his foot up on the casino door, and he said he promised him a job. And he's like, "I can't do that." He said, "What? It would mean a lot to me if you give my nephew this job." And he said, "Nope. He's disrespectful. He puts his feet up on the table. There's no way I can do that." And he said, "When are you people gonna learn? When are you people gonna learn that we've been here longer than you?" I think he meant Italians and Jews and mobsters, right? But, you know, yeah, I grew here, you flew here. And I tell people that all the time with LVOG. That's our Las Vegas original. I grew here, you flew here. I didn't just pop off the fucking, what do they call it? I wasn't born last night. I didn't just pop off the turnip patch. Is that what they call it? A turnip patch or something? You know? The cabbage patch, if you will. I don't know. You know, I was born tonight, but it wasn't last night. You know what I mean? And that's what people do. Real fucking quick. They don't want to tell you, but they measure you up. They go, is this worth the effort? Is this worth the squeeze? They think about these things. And without even seeing, they'll be like, yeah, I don't like his shoes. He's not my type of guy. Boom. You're already bounced. You might as well be invisible because no one else is going to give a shit. And you're going to disappear real fucking quick. That's just what it is. That's what life is going to be. You have to care more than them. You're going to have to be in your own reality. That means do your worst for I will do mine, life. You know, you want to make me homeless? My friends are going to make me some grill. You want to make me penniless? I'm going to grind till I get another deal. You're going to fucking be a detriment to me? then I'm going to have to fire you and find a real meal. And that's what we got to do. We got to find a way. We got to figure it out. And most people, they ain't trying to be about that life. They're not trying to figure themselves out. They're trying to distract themselves. They don't want to have accountability. That would mean too much for them. You know what I mean? And that's what I see. I see people constantly dipping away from their accountability. Thank you, sunshine. Dipping away from their real life and reality, and then they live in dystopia that everybody's smiling and everybody's so happy at the bar and they all love me and they're buying me beer. No, they're inebriating you. In this same seat yesterday, my buddies were saying, what is it about cocaine? It's so expensive, but it's the only drug where everybody wants to share it with other people. I was like, isn't that true? Because if you got a beer, you're not trying to share it with you. You're not trying to share a beer, bro, you know? Not at all. You're going to be like, that's my beer, you know, even insistent, you know? And same, that's my weed. I mean, we kind of do share a lot of weed, but damn, cocaine people, the guy just wanted me to be lonely and high like him. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, I don't want to be like that. No way, no how. I don't want to join you in your loneliness, holding a bottle and giving away free hash and trying to make friends in the back. And then I feel uncomfortable because I talk too much and my jaw's moving a mile a minute. And no, wait, let me get everybody else on coke so they can feel the same. But that's not the same vibe it was. This crew didn't want cocaine. They wanted fast food at in McDonald's after the gig. That's what they wanted, you know? But not everybody wants the same thing, bro. Not everybody wants to realize themselves. This is where you leave the zombies behind, you know? And my buddy would say lost souls. Well, he's a lost soul too. You leave the lost souls behind and you find another way. You find your soul where they have lost theirs and say, this is not my way. This is not the way that I want it to be. This is not the way that I am. I'm going to go be impeccable with my word. You want to fucking dodge responsibility, flake out on people and forget. I'm on that. I'll never forget. You know, I have to learn, because if I want to forget, then I forget the lesson. You know, I have to learn every lesson, and that's why he called it tuition, right? When the guy was stealing from me, he said, call it tuition. Like, as in the game of life, you have to learn. You're going to have to learn how to lose properly, right? Everything. I kept talking about loss, man. We can go on and on and on of the things that are lost. Like my designs right now. I've traveled the world with $200 of DTFs and my new designs, and I lost them. My opportunity to earn other money, right? Invested 50 euros in blank shirts, and now I have a bag of blank shirts, but no designs to press them with. I'm going to events that I usually sell shirts at penniless. And instead of making my 60 euro, 100 euro that night and still hanging out, now I'm just hanging out, you know? And now I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm really going to have to do something about that. I bought 2 blank shirts at the Goodwill just so I can add to the situation. Just so I can reinforce that I'm going to find those designs or get new DTFs and find a way, because that's just the way that I am. I'm not going to let the day go by. I was so proud of myself yesterday. I was so tired, so high, and being up at 4:30 in the morning, I wanted to take a nap, and I'm like, bro, you need a place to stay. You need to go you don't even drink coffee, bro. Grab yourself a coffee, get in on art day, get up on your feet, head to the park, get outside, keep it motion, keep it emotion, and then I was awake just in time for the phone call that made me $400, you know? But if I was taking a nap, I would have missed it. And if I was not the guy to get it done, they would go somewhere else. And if I wasn't master and commander CEO of this ship, then it would have sinked. And that's just what it is. So, you know, that's my morning motivation. I've been hollering for 45 minutes. Might as well go an hour. Frustrated in the morning, you know? That this is a Tuesday, getting to business. I finally got my touchdowns yesterday, but I'm in the park just enjoying the sunset, and dudes are coming around with their fucking booze and bottles coming to sit right next to me. I'm like, hey, it's all open. But then dude wants to be drunk and talk to me. He wanted to like literally stand over me. I'm like, bro, back up, give me some free space. You know, personal space, bro. This is man space. Oh, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're trying to ignore all these people and act like you don't know them. I don't know them. I was in the sunset enjoying myself by myself, relaxing, and you should enjoy yourself too. And that's what I told him. I told him, go enjoy yourself, man. Get out of my face. Stop trying to talk to me in Portuguese, English, and tell me your life story. I don't want to know none of that. You're talking down the sunset. I came here to relax. And same like my friend, we were so high, we were right there, and these people just stood there. They were about 20 feet from us, 20 yards from us, 20 meters, whatever you want to call it, and they just stood there. We were all chilling. We had to put the vape away, now pretend like we're not smoking. We wanted to just enjoy a day by the river, by ourselves, talking about whatever, and these dudes started mitching it up, hanging out tough, and kind of looking over their shoulder. Are they ready for us? Can we go sit on the same bench? Can we go fuck up their vibe? So many people are trying to fuck up your vibe, bro. And I'm not going to let them fuck up my high. I'm going to go back in there, get on that motherfucking laptop, connect all my fucking accounts, make sure that I switch to manual, undo all the work that I had to do again, and find a way to get all my thumbnails right. Now I got to launch them myself. Why did I pay you? All the videos back, because you supposedly edit them, but where are they? I don't know. Or how about the designs that, oh yeah, I'm gonna fix? Well, fuck it, I guess I just paid for them, and it's just money out of pocket while I'm traveling, while I need money. I guess I shouldn't have been investing in you. I should have been investing in me. Bless up. Because I care more. Simply put, the other friends, they're gonna borrow more. They're gonna excuse more. They're gonna drink more. They're not gonna work more. I know one Yoni, 6 hours on a Sunday with his daughter, making her help the child labor. You know, who's the boss? She pointed at her daddy. Who's gonna be the future boss? It's gonna be her. She's the future. And that's where the boss mentality starts. That's what my friend was saying. He was saying that you can't teach it. You got to start at an early age. Most people say that when you had a lemonade stand, or you bought candy and sold it at school, or what are some of the other stories mass CEOs have done before? The guy that wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad thought that he could, well, I guess he thought there was nickel in the toothpaste, all the used toothpaste. He thought he could melt it down into coins. He started counterfeiting. He wanted money so bad. But that's what it is. You know, it's the obsession of it. If you're truly addicted to it, like you are your drugs, your drinking, your sex, you know, then you would push that much effort into it. And that's what I faced at Saints Addiction. I saw it. My dad said it. If it was a hot girl across town, you'd find a way. And I wanted to find a way. I wanted to find a way around my way. Around my energy. Go ahead. Go ahead, another one. Around my excuses, whatever words I was telling myself to keep myself on the couch, or not do the workout, or not go outside, or not make it happen. I had to face that demon, exercise that demon, and put some motherfucking effort into it till it become action. Till it became motherfucking action, baby. And that's what I am, Action Jackson. I don't go in there and fucking create minuses. People are depending on me to show up sober, and show up ready to commit action. Ready to keep my word and follow through. The moment you don't is the moment you don't do. They won't do it with you. The vibe won't be right. Just like you said, popular people, they get chances. They get magnetic. The deals start coming to them. They get into those parties. They start rubbing elbows with those people. When's the last time you fucking went to a birthday party with a Formula One driver? When's the last time your friends drove down to Italy, were drinking with him on a Sunday, and by Monday they were down in Italy just so they could be at that Formula One event in Monaco? Where were they at? Motherfucking looking ass? Damn, bro. Would you got friends like that? No, your friends are all still hanging out at the park, drinking, repeating the home, bar, park, Tickerilla triangle, stuck in the Bermuda Triangle of their excuses, fears, and non-action, and keep cycling. You can make it a circle if you really want to, you know? There's some more energy. Shit. Cycling and not moving. That's like running in place. That's like a hamster on a wheel. I ain't gonna do that. I told Pivy herself that 7 years ago, or how many years ago it is now, that if you're here in 7 years in the same place doing the same thing, I'm gonna be mad at you. She still works at the same place, but she left, had some kids, moved to a different apartment, got a husband. She changed her life, and she thanked me for making action in her life, because she would have never been to Germany. She never would have went to Turkey. She never would have been brave. She was so scared, little blonde Finland girl, petite, small in the world of Turkey, and we were late to get to the airport. It was scaring her. No, I'm still coming. You want people to show up for you in life, to pick up the phone, to help you when you're alone, to depend on. Like you depend on yourself, like you depend on your life, like you depend on your business. It's all about accountability. And you'll see people will stop picking up the phone. 5,000 friends on in contacts, and none of them you can call. Just that. You're the sum of the top 5 people that you hang out with. And I had to fire them all. But now my friends own 62-foot yachts, pays $25,000 for it to get boated all the way from Kentucky, making $500,000, $5 million a year in a business, showing up when they're tired, showing up early, leaving late, working on Sundays. Are you gonna do the same? No, you're gonna be still in that motherfucking park wearing that same fucking shirt that I saw 2 years ago, and talking about, man, I wish I had a business that I can make money off of. Right, bro. Tell that shit walking. It's my favorite story to tell, but it was what do you call it when you become, how do you get to Carnegie Mellon Institute? Practice. That's what she did. She practiced when she was 2. She practiced when she was 10. And when she didn't have a birthday when she was 12, she sacrificed for that position. They will look at you 40 years of hard work and call it an overnight success. That's what Terry Prince said. You will miss. She said, I would die for your talent. No, you wouldn't, because now I get to take away your 12-year-old birthday. Now I get to make you practice when you were 6 instead of going out and play. You didn't want to do any of those things, so no, you wouldn't kill for my talent. You'd steal my talent. You'd borrow from my talent, but you wouldn't work for my talent. You wouldn't outwork my position, and that's one of the things you got to do, is be the hardest worker in the room. I don't fuck around. And that's your boy, you know who's outworking everybody? That's your boy, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He's always got the best attitude, best body, and the hardest worker in the room. That's why that motherfucker could be president, bro. President Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, could be president. I said it. I'm just calling it. Then outwork him, you know, if that's the case. You know, Mr. Trump, I don't like him that much, but put in 10,000 rallies, that's a lot of work. How many deals? How many countries? At how old you are? Keep working it, man. Close those deals. Get hungry. Make it fucking happen. As long as you make it happen, Captain, I'm on your side. As long as you are trying to abide, or the dude abides, bro. The dude abides, and I'm not that dude. Pretty simple, you know. And if you are that dude, it's just rude. You'll find out real quick. It wears out. You run out of beers, you run out of money, and you run out of friends real quick. And that's what I'm here to say. You know, you got to care more than them. You got to care more than them. You got to care more than your fears. You got to care more than your excuses. You know, whatever that little automatic negative thoughts, you got to kill those ants, and you got to go forward, even when you're tired, even when you're scared. You know, even when you're without money, you're still gonna say, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna make it happen today. And I don't give a fuck if somebody's gonna unplug all my hard work. I'll go back and plug it in and find the manual thing myself. And I don't care if all I got is a couple thumbnails, then guess what? I guess I've got to do it myself. And I don't care if I wasted that money. Guess what? I'll find somebody I can invest in, and will take over my account and really believe in the message, and stop trying to make it into their message or their story or post it on their fucking page. Bruh, you can't be serious. You can't be serious today. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke the rest of this joint in the sunlight. I'm gonna go calm my heart rate, you know, and I'm gonna go ahead and remember, this is a whole new day for me to achieve whatever I want to be, possibly. And yep, feet up, rocking chair. I care. And that's what I hear when people say, I don't care. I hear them loud and clear, bro. All this pollen on my phone. I hear them loud and clear. You know, you don't care? then I don't care. And he's like, and that's the problem. And it is a problem. If you don't care about your health, right? As Elliot says, and the guy gets up and he takes off his shirt and he says, do you want that belly? And he said, no. And he said, obviously you do. You know, are you comfortable? Because you must be comfortable with the way that your body looks instead of taking control of your mind, body, and soul and saying, I want to be this way. Or either way, you're going to lose your battle to the food or the chocolate or the sugar or the fast food or the sex. Whenever we get out of balance, we make a commitment to that. And that's why we see it in the junkies. Like, you made a commitment to cigarettes. I can see your lips all shriveled up. And you made a commitment to the fast food. I can see it because you're all plump, pleasantly plump. And you made a decision to whore out, and that's why you ain't got a family. Like, these are my reality, right? So I have to live in the same real world that you do. I can't go and get the doctor to undo my cancer or my diabetes or my lung cancer or whatever else I did to myself. You know, it's more about prevention than hospitalization. It's more about preparation than struggle. It's more about appreciation and gratitude than it is being rude and what's missing. And that's the blessing. You know, when you can stop stressing, still move forward, find a way, you live a whole nother world. When I'm telling you something right now, I still haven't got that out of my, oh shit, the thing flew off. Give me my joint back. Yesterday, I'm sitting in the tattoo shop, and he said the surgeon is showing up. And this guy's a plastic surgeon. I met him 4 years ago. He's off fucking watch this. He's off scuba diving in the Maldives. He's super fit, super lean, smarter than everybody. He's a plastic surgeon, and he's like, yeah, I'll squeeze you in on Monday, but today I'm kind of busy because I'm doing a book launch. What? Yeah, I wrote a book, and my perspectives on plastic surgery, and I have a book signing today. This motherfucker does a book, scuba dives, is super fit, and a plastic surgeon, and he's going to operate on my jaw, not this Monday, but next Monday. I'm going to get this removed, and he's friendly about it, and he smokes weed. What's your excuse, bro? What's your excuse? You got to care more than them. Same like the motherfucker that laughed at me at the Rainbow Mountain. It's 17,000 feet elevation, and he was missing a foot, and he fucking lapped me, beat me, bro. I'm like, what's my excuse? I got 2 fucking strong legs, and I'm huffing and puffing my way all the way up, and this motherfucker's lapping me. What's your excuse, bro? You got 5 fingers, 10 fingers, 10 toes. You know, you got an ear and a mouth. What's your excuse? Whatever you're telling yourself. Pretty simple. Whatever you're slowing it down with. Whatever pre-programming you believe. But I just witnessed a superhuman, and we're going to film it. We were actually going to do my tattoo and remove and do surgery at the same time, talk about content. Yeah, bro. So now I got a plug that has a surgeon. The surgeon has the plug on the antibiotics. I got on the antibiotics. Now my swelling is down. Now I have an appointment to actually get it removed. And this motherfucker's super fit, doing books, and Maldive dives and smoking weed and living downtown Helsinki in the most plush part, rich part of the world. He's a plastic surgeon, bro. I'm gonna have a plastic surgeon remove this ingrown hair sac, whatever it is, in my chin, when he's done with his book signing. You got to care more than them. And there are superhumans. There are people that are smarter than you. There are people that are trying harder than you. There are people that are saving money and not spending it like you. There are people that are living a healthy lifestyle. Like my friend said, he's all into that fitness. His son's in that bodybuilding, and I quit drinking. So it's like, are you into bodybuilding or are you into drinking? You know, are you into excuses? Are you into actions? Are you into lies? And are you into fears? Are you into boldly going into that other part of your psyche, boldly going around the world, boldly taking action? Or are you just sitting? And that's this morning's motivation. I hope you go outside. I hope you got something out of this message. And as always, peace and love. And Chigathon, that means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I'm here in Finland. I'm on the other side of the world. I'm on the other side of my excuses, and I'm on the other side of my fears. And if you want a business that provides for you, get out of the fucking circle jerk. Take some action and accountability and build your inner strength, and you will have anything. Peace.